a 5-minute AI audit that you can run on your business at any time you feel stuck or overwhelmed about, where actually does AI fit? By the end of this session, you'll know where AI can genuinely support you, where it's probably a distraction, and 1 or 2 small concrete places you can start. It's about using AI as a practical support behind the scenes, so you can focus on the parts of your business that only you can do. So I work with program and membership-led businesses to make AI genuinely useful in delivery and systems, without losing your voice or that client experience. I was a VA for many years before I specialized in AI. And so I can come at this from a really practical side, real client work, real deadlines, real humans on the end of emails. That background means I'm not interested in using AI everywhere. I'm interested in using it where it actually saves you time, reduces your stress, or improves that client experience. And that's exactly what the 5-minute AI audit will help you spot. So the AI tools arrived fast last year. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, and all the others. But the strategy didn't. So what happens? There's no system for how you use them. You get mixed results. One day it's brilliant, the next day absolute nonsense. And you end up wasting time trying things out and then redoing the work yourself anyway. It's not that AI can't help, it's that there's no clear decision making about where it should help. The 5-minute AI audit gives you a simple filter. Instead of, could I use AI for this? You'll have a clearer sense of, yes, this is worth AI support, or no, this stays human. So here's the audit. It's 3 questions and you can run through them on a notepad in under 5 minutes. Question 1, what do I repeat weekly or regularly? If it repeats, it's a candidate for AI support. It might be social posts, welcome emails, client reminders, lesson outlines, anything where the bones are the same each time, even if the details change. Question 2, where do I lose the most time? This is your highest return area. Think about those tasks that always take longer than they should. Turning messy notes into something clear, drafting content from scratch or admin follow-up. And then question 3, where does AI live in my business right now? Which part of the job are you actually using it for? Most people are dabbling in one corner, and usually that's content, and ignoring everything else. So this question shows you if you've accidentally parked AI in just one tiny part of your business when it could support you in others. So once you've answered those 3 questions, patterns start to emerge. You'll see, okay, this is perhaps where AI could sit, and this is where I want to stay hands-on. So let me bring those questions to life with a few quick examples. So from question 1, what do I repeat? If you're sending very similar email reminders and updates, that's a classic AI win. You can use it to help you build a small bank of drafts or templates and then personalize them in seconds instead of starting from scratch. Question 2, where do I lose the most time? If you're staring at a blank screen, trying to draft a blog, a podcast outline, or a lesson plan, that's a time sink. AI can give you a structured first draft so you're editing, not inventing. And then from question 3, where am I rewriting? If you find yourself constantly rewording things, AI inputs that don't sound like you, that's a sure sign your inputs are missing key information. And that's where a simple prompt framework like Coco makes a real difference. And I'll share that with you on the next slide. So the point of the audit is clarity before more tools. So the audit helps you spot those sticking points. And most of the times, I said earlier, it's that missing inputs. It's your foundations and your prompts. So to avoid those flat, generic outputs, I teach a very simple prompt framework called COCO. C is for character. Who should your AI be? Are they a friendly copywriter, a calm customer service rep? O is for objective. What do you want done? Draft a first pass, summarize some notes, outline a lesson, rewrite an email more clearly. C is for context. What background does it need? Who's your audience? Are there any examples you can upload? And then you want any constraints or preferences. O is for output. What format do you want? Do you want bullet points, an email, a checklist, a step-by-step plan? When you give AI clear character, objective, context, and output, it's got far more to work with. You'll stay in charge, but you're giving it what it needs to be useful. Otherwise, it is just going to guess. So instead of write a post about the 5-minute AI audit, you'd say, you're a marketing assistant. I run a small business helping clients use AI more effectively. Write a LinkedIn post about the 5-minute AI audit. The angle. You don't need more AI tools. You need clarity about where AI can support you. The purpose. Help people pick one task and try the audit later today. Audience, female small business owners, and the voice is warm and practical. And include one example of the rewriting stage. Output, under 200 words, give 3 hook options, a final post, and a simple call to action. So don't forget to add that topic and the angle and the purpose, who it's for, and one example of something if you've got one. So it's the same AI tool, but the result is completely different because you've given it the right inputs. Now you've got 2 tools you can reuse, the audit to spot that sticking point and COCO to fix the inputs. So the next question is, where will you feel the difference fastest? For most people, it starts with content. If your answers to the 3 questions highlight visibility tasks, newsletters, posts, blogs, start there. With COCO, you might say, you're a friendly professional copywriter for a UK coaching business. Draft a first version of a newsletter about the topic for the audience. Use a clear, confident tone. Output a 600-word email with a subject line, preview text, and call to action to book a call. All those details will help it give you a really good first draft. You then check the facts, tweak those phrases so they sound like you. If you've got your brand voice, it's a real bonus. And make sure to sense check whatever your call to action is. Never copy and paste. Always edit. So the headline here is, AI can get you started quickly and you stay firmly in control of that final message and that tone. The second area audit often exposes is admin and systems, the things that quietly drain all that time in the background. That might be planning your week, writing checklists, summarizing long documents so you can decide what really matters. Here, AI is really brilliant at adding structure and clarity. So, for example, you could upload a document, a really detailed document, and say, summarize this 3-page document into 5 key points, then give me 3 questions I should ask before I decide what to do next. So AI isn't making the decisions for you, it's clearing the undergrowth so your decisions are easier and faster. Then the third area is client communications. Your 5-minute audit might reveal those repeated tasks, FAQs, onboarding, follow-up notes after calls. These are perfect places to let AI support you without touching that core relationship. You might ask, you're a calm professional client care assistant, draft a friendly reminder email for a client who hasn't completed their pre-call form. Keep it warm but firm, under 150 words, output email with a subject line. Gives you the structure and the basis of the wording. Then you can scan it and add those human details. A line that references your last conversation, a small in-joke, or an extra nod of encouragement. So in short, AI can help you support the structure of your admin, but you bring the judgment and the human connection. So one final practical tip, especially if you're really busy and you don't see yourself as a writer, use the voice input. Most of us speak far faster than we type and a lot more naturally. When you use the microphone icon in tools like ChatGPT or dictate into your phone and paste it into your AI tool, two good things happen. You get those ideas out of your head quickly in your own words and phrases. And AI has that richer, more human language to work with, so the output will already sound more like you. So if you find yourself thinking, I don't know how to phrase this, try speaking it out loud first and let AI help you shape it. Try this one later today. Hit that microphone icon and talk for 30 seconds about what you're taking away today from this fantastic summit. Then use Coco and ask AI to help you shape it into a LinkedIn post in your style. So let's wrap this up. Remember the 3 questions. What do I repeat weekly or regularly? Where do I lose the most time? Where does AI live in my business right now? Your next step is very simple. Run the 5-minute AI audit on your own business. Circle one area that you want to have a look at and see where AI could support you. Use the Coco framework to brief your AI tool properly and experiment with that one workflow. If you'd like a written version to refer back to, you can scan the QR code on the slide here and it'll download the Coco prompt and the checklist for you. AI can absolutely save you time and energy, but only when it's working in the right places, with the right instructions, with you still firmly in charge. Here's what I want you to remember for 2026, yeah? You don't need more AI tools. You need clarity about where AI can support you. And if you'd like any help spotting the quickest win and setting up properly, then please connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And I've had a recent session with Jacqueline that really gave me some things to think about, actually. And I've been using chat. Me and him, he is a he, and he's called Chat. We've been together for 2 years, so we're coming to that crunch point in our lives. I must admit, I've never voice noted him. I've never spoken to him. So maybe that there's a bit further I can go there. I'd love to know in the chat box, are you currently using AI in your business? So we've got yeses there. I think most people are now. It's great for I do use it personally as well. I do like going to the fridge and giving it a few ingredients and saying, what can I make with courgettes? And it will come up with something amazing. Yeah, Debbie says she uses it for ideas. Some people use it, different people voice noting, menus, yeah. But for business, I tend to use it as I brain dump into it and I say, here's all my ideas, give me some bullet points or something like that. I don't like it writing for me. He has got my brand voice, but sometimes, as I said earlier on, he can't feel, he's got no emotion, and he always tells me I'm right. And
it's a sycophant, absolutely. But
yeah,
you can sort of tell it. only concentrating on this one thing. Don't give me anything else. It tries to be so helpful. And would you like this? And would you like that? And then you've got all of these Google documents sat over here with stuff that you think, oh, that might be a good idea. Don't let it dictate. You're in control. That's what I want to get over here. Let it work, with you. I say, your judgment must stay there, and let AI support your thinking, not tell you what you should be doing or what it thinks you should be doing.
And I think that's the key. And I think, and Emma's just putting here, having the right prompts, asking it
Yeah,
the right questions, getting your brand voice in there.
yeah.
So I think that's just sort of question there. So Sarah Harris from Prosper HR says, once you've done the audit to see where your time is wasted, where your time wasters are, how do you know how you could use AI to help?
Well, that comes down to a lot of us think, like, for example, if you think it's content that's your area that you'll need to work on, but it's actually the time sink might be somewhere else with your admin. So you need to think about what you're using it for. Where do you feel it could support you best? And have a look, does that align with how you want to run your business? If it is, like for example, for me, I always struggled with writing. I use it a lot to help me create the content around the topics that I want to use it for. I also use it to help me with my sort of onboarding. Now, I build custom GPTs, which are little assistants within ChatGPT that do one specific task and do it really well. They save me hours. They allow me to be more visible, to get out there and do what I want to do. We were all talking about that today. We don't want to be caught behind doing all that admin, spinning all that plates. And this is where AI can support you as long as you're staying in charge and using it well. And you must decide, though, where that right place is for your business. And if you can't decide, have a chat with me.
Okay, we've got about 30 seconds left. There's a question here from Michelle Horn. She would like to know how AI can help with email management.
With in what context with email management do
Yeah,
you mean? Yeah, email management, a big
big topic. So
yeah,
Michelle,
yeah,
reach
yeah,
out to Jacqueline and she can
yeah.
support